Hey YouTube, we're here on, well, the John Deere power unit, and we're going to take off the carburetor. While I was looking this over, I seen that all the gauges on here were original John Deere, so I'll just point that out, which is kind of cool. Don't see too much of that anymore. So, we're here to take off the carburetor. And got the nice dog here, wants to be in the middle of everything. Right, Duchess? Anyways, trying to take off the carburetor here and kind of clean it out because the guy I bought it from, I also bought the tractor from the same guy that I bought this power unit from off the auction. The guys were there. They said this engine sat in the shed all its life, and they ran it and then it just sat. So we're just taking the carburetor off to clean it off and see what it's all about, because I think, yeah, it's a Marvel. Yeah, it's a Marvel. So it's just like the one on my tractor. So I got parts for this one. Thought it looked like a Marvel. Anyways, so then we're gonna get this running hopefully quickly, but you know how that goes. Usually stuff always goes wrong, so, well, before we do that, I better disconnect the fuel line here. And this isn't as easy like Ford. It's interesting to work on other pieces of equipment that you don't used to. I mean, John Deere's a well-known name, but I'm used to working on Dearborn and Ford stuff. And that's usually, on the Ford, there's the connector link to the back of the carburetor. You can just pull it, it's like spring loaded, and you can just pop it right off the carburetor right now, and it's not that easy. So, see if I can't sit you guys down here. Yeah, that'll have to work for now. So, get the... see if we can't connect. Well, maybe actually the right size. Don't think there's going to be any gas, but I'm not really sure. We'll get a surprise here, I think. There. So the gas line's off. You can smell it. Smells like old varnish almost. And so, well, let's get the carburetor off here quick. And I'll get a video. We'll get looking inside of that. Okay, so we got the carburetor off now. And one thing I noticed cool about this was, this is the choke right here. This little lever. You can see in there, probably not. It's open, but I don't know if it's permanently set or this is actually, I think, is your choke. So I thought that was kind of cool. Usually you're used to the rod coming off, or. But anyways, we're gonna take the top off and see if we can't see what's all going on here, because it looks like this sat open for a while, so I almost think it's all got to be cleaned out. So yeah, we'll clean it out. I'll get the top off here. So we're back here, got the top off of the carburetor, and well, lucky enough I have a parts kit, so I got an extra seal here off an older carburetor, but it's really doesn't have a rip in it. So this one ripped when I took it off. Thought I had it, it was coming off pretty good, and then it just, I don't know what's going on over here, it just ripped. So luckily we got another seal, so we'll use that. It's just an older one. This one already came apart, as you can see, as I took it off, so I was already thinking I was going to have to take a new seal. But anyways, if we look in here, we got some rust. So If I had a flashlight that worked, I could show you, but there's rust in the bottom, so all the little holes that go around in this carburetor we're gonna need to be cleaned out. So probably a good thing we took this off. I'll get right into cleaning this up, and I'm hoping that it didn't rust a hole in our little float. Might be a little close right here, but we'll put it in some water or something, find out. Hoping that that's still good, and maybe our needle isn't so good. I got an extra needle, we're good there. So yeah, just a little basics carburetor kit I bought for the combine. Didn't use all the stuff, so this is off the combine, but it's still good. There's a needle and seat in there, so looks like I might need that here, because it looks like I'm missing that. I got the needle, but I got nothing holding the needle. Or wait a minute, that's how it works. Well, anyways, yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna move on to the starter now. So we'll just leave this for now, get the starter off, and then we'll come back to this. It's kind of what I'm gonna do. So we'll get right onto the starter. So we got the starter, which I gotta find out if it works or not. So I'll start taking this off. It looks like the battery would have sat right there, but it's missing the whole battery casing the way it looks that would have held it in. But then again, we don't even have the original muffler on this, so. And it looks like somebody's done some electrical work to it too, because the coil isn't even bolted in anymore. So I really don't know where that goes. I ordered a manual for this, found one on eBay, found the cheapest one I could get in the best condition, and they had one page on eBay that showed that the starter and the electrical system to the starter, or the key over there, was all optional. So it's kind of nice to have a starter. It came with a crank. This all turned over at the sale. I turned it over a couple times just to see if it was stuck or not. Checked oil and gas. It's got a little rust in the gas tank. It's got antifreeze or water in the radiator, and all the spark plugs, I took them all out and I put them all back in. They probably need to be taken back out. I put them back in once we broke the tractor, because I was working on this the day of the tractor, and all the spark plugs were black, so they've all been burnt pretty much. And so I was thinking I was gonna have to shine those all up or something, or grind them and get that done. I wanted to see if we had spark that day, but plans changed, so never got that far. But we're trying to figure out if this was a 12 volt or 6 volt. I'm sure it's a 6 volt, but positive or negative ground. It's kind of why I ordered the manual, just to find out, I guess. See what we're doing and what everything's meant to do. So I'll get the starter off here, and then it'll be a little bit before I test that. I want to work on the carburetor a little bit before that, so we'll see you when that happens. So update here, the starter, I should have seen this one coming, is being stopped by the oil filter. So I can't get the starter out unless I think I take the oil filter off. I don't know if I'm going to go that far to take that all off. I should almost, well, we'll have to find out here. I'm going to go back to working on the carburetor, I think, now, because the starter's getting stopped by the bottom bolt on the oil filter here. So I'm wondering if I just took the bottom bolt out, if I could get it out. And I'm not gonna go that far right now. I think we'll wait and see on that for a little bit. So we'll go back to the carburetor, I think. Yeah, we'll go back to the carburetor. And another thing I noticed is this tractor, or the engine, looks pretty similar to a Ford engine. But I know this engine's not from Ford. It's got the governor on the front, but a Ford engine would not have the oil filter on this side. I know that. Or the starter. So, I think it's from Victor, actually. The little bit of research I did find is they don't make seals for them, or gaskets for them anymore. And you can't find them unless you get them made. Because Victor was in there somehow. So I think the engine came from Victor almost, but I'm not sure. But anyways, a little bit of history on it that I found. So yeah, the next thing is, you can see this little lip here. This is supposed to be flush together. And this is bolted down, or pretty much close enough. And this is all bolted down. Someone must have bent it, but if you look down here, it's sitting on rubber, metal, whatever. A little bit of rubber, metal, both. And so I think I can adjust it back. We'll see if I do that. I might just leave it. But it'd look nice. Make it look, if I really wanted to make it look nice, I'd make it flush again. So, if that ever happens or not. Okay, we'll go back to the carburetor. So I got the carburetor cleaned up now. And now I'm just trying to get the choke unstuck. I can move it a little bit, but with pliers. And then got this all cleaned up. Got the needle out. It was a little bit stuck, but I wiggled it out. So I don't have another one of those what I do, but it's not the same. So yeah, so that's the update on there. So I'm just trying to get the choke to work again. And then I got the hood off now. And I was trying to get the gas to open up, but I got the screw all the way off. And this is still moving pretty hard. So I got this off. Someone put a filter, inline filter here. So I'm wondering if I ain't gonna have to take it out. So we'll see where that goes. And I'm thinking about just bolting the starter back in and just testing it right here, but I'm not too sure on that either, because I don't really want to take the filter out. Because, like I said, they don't make filters for or gaskets for these anymore. And if I wreck the gasket, because the gasket on that carburetor was just dry rotted pretty bad. But I have gaskets for a Marvel, so we're good with that. But this oil filter, I'd have to take it off the frame, and then I'm not too sure on that yet. So I got the spark plugs out too, and as you can see, they are black. That's how all of them are, so we'll shine those up and see if they don't spark still. And that's about it on this one. Yeah, a little rust. It's not too bad on the inside the way it looks. I'm not sure yet though. We'll have to deal with that when it comes. So, radiator's full of antifreeze, so that's good. See if I can't get this gas to come out, because get some gas to the carburetor. And then clutch and all that, supposedly it's stuck, because when you engage it, you should be able to turn, and it's not turning at all. And if I put something on there, it won't turn either. So I'm guessing bearing's locked up in there somewhere, or I don't know. So another part of the project. But yeah, otherwise, muffler with a nice cap and throttles right there. So yeah, so that'll be it for this video. Number 2 will be coming along the way, probably a little later. Well, when I get the choke to work on the carburetor, I'll put that back on, but it might be a little while before I get that all the way loose and working, so yeah. Well, thanks for watching, and hopefully there's a number 2 coming up, so thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe if you like this.